I got married at the age of 18, and I was married December of 1943. And 10 months later, I had I had my son. But unfortunately, the following year, my husband was taken by the Japanese soldiers at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock. And my son was only a month old, imagine. And 14 Japanese soldiers were the ones who came to us 2 o'clock in the morning just to take my husband and my brother-in-law, who lives also close to us. And the person who told the soldiers that we have guerrillas in the house, who told the Japanese soldiers, we're just our neighbors just across the house of my sister. That's how evil he is. He had appointed a lot of people because in exchange of that, he was given money by the soldiers and sometimes sacks of rice. That's how he did it. And imagine how many people he pointed to the Japanese just so he could, in exchange, he could have food to eat. I had my child October of 1943, and after a month, my husband was taken by the Japanese. So my son was only a month old when my husband was taken. And because it was 2 o'clock in the morning, he was wearing only a sando. So I threw him through the small window. I threw him a shirt so he won't feel the cold. It was December, so cold. But what the Japanese soldier did? That he took that shirt from my husband and threw it on my face through the window. That's what he did. So my husband and my brother-in-law was only wearing short pants and a shirt. The Japanese used just one rope to tie those two, my brother-in-law and my husband. And then I asked a lot of information from all I could have some. I asked them where the Japanese took the soldiers. And because that night, you know what? I couldn't even cry because of the fear and the surprise. I didn't even have the courage to ask. But my mom, even though those two are only her sons-in-law, she was crying a lot while the two were walking towards the out the door. And I couldn't even cry. I was nervous and shaking, but my mom was crying, oh, my two sons, she said. Because both of them were so nice, my husband and my brother-in-law. They're both good persons. And then they said they brought them to the Far Eastern University in Manila. But so all my neighbors said, so you will know, bring him some clothes and so he could change, and you will know because you know how the material, the shirts of your husband. If it comes back to you, the dirty ones, you will know that he is there.